This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fights. I'm William Hill, delighted today to be joined with Isaac Lowe. It's fight week, we're here, we're in Edinburgh. First of all, how's things been? How's sort of camp gone for you as far as this one goes? How does it sort of feel?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a frustrating 7 months, to be honest. December last time I was out at Tottenham. So it's been a bit frustrating, it's been hard, difficult, but we've crossed the line now, we're here. I'm in good shape, I've had a good training camp. I'm mentally focused in a good place, and I'm ready to. Friday can't come quick enough now. It's just TikTok fight weekend, so the build up of fight weeks, you always get that buzz around it, being around the boxers, being around everyone, doing interviews, the press, all that. So yeah, looking forward to putting a show on for my Scottish fans up here in Edinburgh. It's good to be up here. I've got family who lives up here, so I'm expecting a good crowd here on Friday night and putting a show on for the lads.
How frustrating is that for you? Obviously, last boxed at the Tottenham Stadium, which obviously was a great opportunity for you and a really good experience in itself. But for someone like you, sort of always in the gym, you always want to be training. When you sort of haven't got the fight dates and someone wants to sort of have something to work for all the time, is that quite a hard thing where you were sort of training and didn't really have much to work for in terms of a date?
Yeah, of course it is. It's like anything. With a boxer, obviously you're always in the gym. If I was fighting or not fighting, I'm a fit guy. I always run. I always do weights, and I'm an active type of guy. But it's hard to keep focused, dieting and training, and keep your mind on the job full time if you haven't got no dates coming up. Do you know what I mean? You've obviously got bills to pay. You've got family. You've still got to try and get a bit of work in. You've got to do the normal stuff, normal day-to-day life. So yeah, it was hard to get a fight at first. I don't know the reason why. Promoters maybe not wanting that. I don't know, but now I'm with the Sauerlands and Channel 5, so now this is a new chapter for me, a new start, and I've got the back, and now I've always really been in the away corner, not the fact of just being in the away corner, but always the underdog against Ryan Welsh for the British title, against Mark McCulloch for the Commonwealth title, against Dennis Seelan for the European title. Always been in the away corner against the big fights, but now I've got maybe someone who's going to look after me and guide me. I know you say, you've been guided. I've had nearly 30 fights. I don't need no learning fights. I'm ready to fight, but someone who can pick the right fights for me and give me the right momentum, going right forward at the right time. I think now it's going to be a good year, good back end of the year. Get this out the way on Friday, look good, and then hopefully the momentum with me is to keep busy, try and get out September, October, and then get a big fight in December. But first and foremost, obviously, get through Friday night with no injuries and don't get beat.
See, I was going to say that now you're sort of with Wasserman, you've got the backing in there. For the 6 months, is it sort of big fights that you want for yourself? Sort of you've experienced, you've been in the big fights, and you still sort of want that, still want them big fights going forward.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm in boxing for. If I didn't want big fights, I wouldn't be in boxing. I wouldn't be killing myself and training myself to death if you didn't want big fights. Doing these like 6-rounder and this is an 8-rounder. Yeah, this is a rebuilding from my 2 bad defeats back to back. Obviously, Lopez, who's IBF world champion, and Nick Ball, obviously, who's a top kid. So we're on a bit. Sometimes you have to drop down a bit and then get rid of this 8-rounder on Friday night. Look good. Get a few cobwebs. I won't say cobwebs, but you know what I mean. From 7 months since I've been last inactive, and then we'll see what next is. You know what I mean? See what these have got planned for me, or what did to come in, but. The key for me is keep me head straight and keep me focused and keep me where I need to be now. I need to be active. I need to be in the gym. I need to keep myself something to what I'm looking forward to training for. And these last 6 weeks, we could not have had a date. Then I've been really good in the gym. I've enjoyed it. I've been strict on my diet. I've been doing everything by the book. So I'm looking forward just to getting in there on Friday now.
You talked about sort of the bouncing back and not necessarily dusting off cobwebs, but was it hard in a confidence way to sort of bounce back from the Nick Ball and the Lopez fights to sort of regain your confidence and sort of believe in yourself in a bit? Was that sort of a difficult thing for you?
I wouldn't say I believe myself and confidence, because I'm confident in anything I can do. Anything I do, if I do something, I'll give 110%. What people forget is that I didn't have to take the Nick Ball fight after the Lopez fight. I choose Nick Ball. No one out there will fight him. I choose him. Frank Warren said to me, I said, yeah, I'll fight him. I choose him on my behalf. Which probably I shouldn't have really done, because I come off a bad defeat, and I should have maybe went in for an 8-rounder or 10-round international fight, but no, I went straight into the Nick Ball, which and that was it was a hard defeat to the Lopez fight. I could have took because obviously it was a final limit, but the Nick Bowe fight, I know I've said this a few times, but I had no sparring for it. I thought I was going to knock him out, to be honest. I better be honest. But obviously it backfired on me. I got knocked out. But that was then. I've dusted it all off. It was hard to take at first, and that's gone now. A new chapter now, new start. And as I said, we've done a 6th round in December. And that 6th round was just to get myself getting punched back in the face again. Obviously getting knocked out twice back to back and getting hit by 2 hard lads. You want to make sure you can take a shot, or you think to yourself, like you're saying, do you know what I mean? Can you impact again? So and then now we're here, get an 8 rounder in here, 6th and 8, and then we'll go for a 10 or 12 next. So, but as I said, I'll leave it down to Nissa and them, and let them speak to us and see what they come up with. And I'm happy to take anyone. But there's one fight what I would absolutely love. We all know I would love to fight. The little dirty rat and grass, what he is Prince Patel. But will he actually fucking fight? But we're gonna get this out the way on Friday, and then we'll see how big of a man he is with all these HQ words and IQ and contracts. He's never seen a contract in his life. Only contract he's seen is out of McDonald's. Fucking silly idiot. But we'll hopefully get him next, and I'll smash him up for everyone because everyone wants me to smash him up.
Well, we literally just lined me up for my next question. I mean, he won a fight sort of just recently and called you out. I mean, I don't really know where this fight was.
Or was that from 20 years ago? Was that going to pick someone up and saying, "Will you just let me do a video for 5 minutes and look like I've twatted you"? He embarrassed himself there. Team and put that video on. Looked like it was in the fucking Asda car park. But listen, it is what it is, and fair play to what he's doing. What he's trying to sell himself and try and get himself a payday. But if he wants to fight, all jokes aside, I'm not even going to keep mentioning him. I'm giving him publicity by mentioning his name. But if he does want the fight, I'm a featherweight. I've never made super bantam since, well, I was about 18, 12 years. I'll even probably drop down. I'll go to 8-12 and kick his ass. But we'll see how much he wants after this fight.
I was going to say, do you think it's actually like serious? Do you think he's actually serious when he talks about it? Because obviously, he's never really had many big tests in his career, and like he's not really with a big promoter or anyone like this. Like, is it a really realistic fight in your view? From your side, do you really think it?
It's not a big fight for me. It's no different. Me fighting Prince Patel, I swear to God, is no different to me fighting on Friday night. This Spanish thing. In fact, he'd be a better kid than Prince Patel. It's not a big fight. He's making a lot of noise, but he doesn't fight. He does it with every fighter. He does it with everyone. He won't fight. He makes out he does big numbers. You've seen all these videos. Everyone can laugh at him. Do you know what I mean? It's not even worth mentioning. But on a serious note, like regarding if it's not him, I like a proper fight like the Jordan Gill fights. The Michael Conlan fight's a cracking fight. I could be up for that. Do you know what I mean? We both had 2 defeats by Lopez. We could build for a fight for like that. There's many proper boxing fights out there, and good world level fights for me still out there to get, apart from this little freak of nature. So he's leasing me worries. I don't need him, he needs me, but I only want to fight him for one reason. Everyone knows the reason why I want to fight him, for what he said, and I want to brutally, minute by minute, second by second, hurt him and snap his bones. That's how much I hurt him, and I will do it to him when I get him, in the ring or out the ring.
When you say things like that, sort of about the thing that he says, he's very sort of unfiltered, and he'll say whatever he wants to say. And I think I remember I saw sort of Fraser Clark squaring up to him at sort of when he weighed in for his last fight. Does it sort of feel sort of good? I know you want to get into him, but these words carry weight, and he's got to pay for what he's saying.
He can't get away with it from everyone. He can't say one thing to me or one thing to Fraser or to anyone. How many people say he said it to and keep getting away with it and think you can get away with it because he's a little midget? I grabbed his neck when I went to the box, and it was like grabbing my son. He tumbled like a tin of worms. He didn't know what to do. He started shaking with a pair of sand gloves on. What was he doing? Pathetic little fool. Stop talking about him anyway. I can't even talk about the idiot.
We'll move on. A good friend of yours, Tyson Fury, he's going to be back out soon. He'll be there on Friday. Sort of him fighting Francis Ngannou. Initially, sort of your thoughts on that fight between each other?
Yeah, I think it's a great crossover fight, isn't it? The number 1 UFC against number 1 heavyweight. Put the best men on the planet and put them together. You're going to see a brutal fight, aren't you? People saying it's an exhibition. It's not an exhibition, it's a fight. We a winner or a loser on it will go down the record. So he's a big man. He's all right. Then you say might not have a boxing experience, but this is the way the world's moving at the minute in time. But Tyson's only fighting him because for one, obviously he's getting great money. It's a business. We're all here for business. Someone come to me now and said, fight Tyson for extra amount of million. All right, thank you very much. I'll get an hiding. Give me my money. It's a job. What are you doing here now to get views? It's a job, and it's a business. But like Usyk pulled out because he refused a hell of a lot of money to fight Tyson, and then now he's ended up fighting Dubai for about $2 million, and thought he signed with the not Saudis, I wouldn't say then. The Saudis thought he was going to get the big fight because he got promised 65 million. That's backfired on him because he can't get it. Then Joshua's been waiting for Wilder. Them two was meant to fight, but now that looks like it was getting pushed back to January. So Joshua went back to someone who's already beat twice. Dillian White. Is that a selling point? Is that a big selling thing, do you think? Does it get you interested? Not really. We know the outcome of that fight before it starts. Who else is to fight for out there? So why? And you've got millions of pounds on the table to be in. Go and do it. Good luck to him.
I'm sure sort of someone like Tyson wouldn't even care about it, but do you feel like, from his point, do you feel like he gets disrespected a lot by sort of the UK public?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say he gets disrespected, but I think there's a lot of jealous people out there, not just the fans. I'm not saying about fans, I'm on about boxing people. If you listen to all these boxing people, oh, this and that, Tyson, it's Tyson. Tyson can only try and make the fight. If no one wants to make the fight, it's not just the fact that Tyson, it's like the Saudis obviously promised all these fighters a hell of a lot of money, so they think they're going to get it. So they've waited. It's like Tyson and Joshua got promised for 2 years. We went from then December to January, then back to October. Then we went around. Do you know what I mean? So and they're doing the same thing with again now with Joshua and Joshua and Wilder.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It went from October to December, now December to January. You can't keep putting the fight back. Who's Tyson? Just them there. Saudis who put the fight on for Tyson. They've made an arena in a week, and they're fighting there. So I don't know. It's all difficult to many, but it's a lot of people get. It's like me promised me, or you promised me now, saying if you don't fight now, or you fight in December, I'll give you 10 times as much money. Well, all right, thank you very much. I won't fight now. I'll fight in December. I'll get 10 times as much money. It's common sense. It's a business. We all want as much as we can get, as quick as we can. You're not in need forever. It's only a short time. So it's a lot of boxing people that say, oh, like Tyson won't take none of the fights. Tyson's tried to make these fights. I've seen it, I've witnessed it, and if he never, I'll be the first one to say he's tried to make Dillian White. Obviously, we know what he done to Dillian White. Joshua pulled out twice, said he didn't want it. But done everything with him. Usyk pulled out because he thought he was getting a hell of a lot more money to go on Saudi. He's backfired on Usyk now, and now he's sick as a cunt, and he's fighting Dubai. I'm probably getting knocked out by Dubai for $2 million. So, do you know what I mean? And now they're all sick as a cunt because Tyson's sitting at top of the tree, earning multi-millions of pounds. They're laughing at them. So fair play, keep it up.
Sort of just as we close off this interview, I know we sort of previously mentioned it earlier, but from now on, after we get through Friday night, what we sort of expecting to kick on for the rest of 2023? I want a
big bet. I want to be. Most important thing is me. I want to be active. I want to get this out the way. Please God, no injuries. I look well. I don't get beat. Please God. And then I'll sit down with Nissa and them and see what they say. I know they've got a show in September. I want to be out. I want to be busy. I want to be active. And listen, I want a big fight. Of course, there's some big fights. So whoever there are, if I do drop down to super bantamweight, weight, if I keep at featherweight, I can go even both. I'm thinking of going back down. I've never been down to super bantam, but I'm thinking I can make it easy. I wouldn't say easy, but I can make it. So if the right fights, listen, I want the right fights, and obviously like anything, the right money. As long as it makes sense now, for business wise, and there's belts on the line or there's something what gives me that grit in the teeth, I'll make. As I said, there's plenty of fights out there to be made. The Lopez fight, I'd actually love that fight again, because I got hit with the body shot. I think whoever watched it, I was coming straight back into the fight, and I was actually turning the tide in that fight. So if I could get a chance at that, again, I'd love to bite that. I said the Michael and Conlan fights. There's a good fight that could be made at the back end of the year. There's obviously the Jordan Gill. Obviously, there's a warm-up fight against Prince Patel if I want to knock him out. See what happens. There's a few fights, so we'll see what happens, and we'll just take minute by minute. Most important thing is keeping the gym, keep him busy and keep him happy.
Isaac, thank you for your time. Always appreciate you taking time to speak. So, yeah, all the best for Friday night, mate. Thank you. Cheers.